So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront, and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So Sunday, I was riding up A1A. That's the beachside road that runs the state of Florida on the East Coast. I was going from Daytona Beach all the way up to St. Augustine, Florida on my beautiful 2024 Harley-Davidson Street Glide. My wife on the back. It was 84 degrees. Today, it's 34. It is the Daily Boost, man. Did I nail the post on that one or what? Did I? You don't know what nail the post is? Okay, hang on. I'm going to teach you some inside radio here in just a just a second or so. Good to have you here today. My name is Scott Smith. Thanks for stopping by. A good show today about getting jobs, getting customers, all that kind of stuff. But first, we have to tell you what nailing the post is, don't we? Okay, so back in the day of radio, if you were a baby DJ like I was a long time ago, the only thing you worried about is, could I talk over the music, sounding cool, effortless, as if nothing else was going on around me? And you're listening to me driving in your car, cruising down the beach, and suddenly your disc jockey says, here's the song you want to hear. I need a boost. And just like that, it was like on, and I never stepped on the vocal. See, I just very much demonstrated you a skill that nobody has anymore. But man, we had to master back in the day. And you learn something too. Good to have you. My name is Scott Smith. Yeah, today I'm going to, been working with a client on a few things. He's a coach looking for clients. That's what he is. I work with a lot of coaches and clients. I mentor them. I have other customers as well, some engineers, some architects. I have some other people who run businesses. I go up to about, I guess I got the biggest business is like 18 million a year right now. But a lot of people I work with are consultants and under the $500,000 mark, I guess. And he's having a hard time getting prospects. So I've been working with him, and I wrote him a letter today. And as I was writing the letter, I thought, let me share this letter with you because I think you'll get a lot from this today. But first, before I get into this, I mentioned I'm on Instagram. At Hey Scott Smith, Instagram. Yep. Oh, does a boomer just say at Hey Scott Smith? Is that boomerish? Or do you just say Hey Scott Smith and you get it? I think that's the case, but let's act like a boomer. Let's act my age, okay? Hey, I feel like I'm on a progressive commercial right now. I really do. So Mike writes me a note, Hey Scott Smith, and says, man, I hope this doesn't offend you, but in my mind, I call you my white dad, LOL. I did not know what to think about that. Love your messages. Everything always seems to hit the perfect time. You talk about exactly what I'm needing each day. I used your program to build myself up again, and as a result, I ended up on tour with Sabrina Carpenter, and I had my first six-figure year. Just want to say thanks. Couple things. First off, yes, I do know who Sabrina Carpenter is. I do. I don't listen, but I'm not that old, okay? I kind of like Sabrina Carpenter. I also know who Bad Bunny is. Not a fan, won't be watching that, just going to say. More importantly, I do know making your first six figures in a year is, and I like that a lot. So thanks, Mike. I sent him back a note and said, man, nobody's ever called me their white dad before. And he said, trust me, it's the first time I've ever called anybody my white dad too. So it's kind of funny. Hey, Scott Smith, have some fun with me, all right? That's what we get to do around here, okay? All right, let's dig in a little bit today. Let me do some framing here and kind of give you an idea. I'm in full-blown consultant mode right now is what I'm doing. And I do this all the time. So I notice I've been online for 2024 is when I started. I have a full-time online business. That's all I've ever done. I've spoken around the world, books, podcasts, the whole thing. I've done just a bunch of stuff. And so I live and breathe in this world. I've iterated my business multiple times. And as the economies change and the world changes, we've had to iterate and make change right along the way. So in the past 18 months, it's been really kind of crazy. It is not all AI. It's not all politics. It's just a combination of all of it, I think. So in this case, my client is a coach who's trying to get prospects, and he's having a hard time with this. And what he's doing is what a lot of people do. He's posting on LinkedIn. Is that what you're doing? Value posts, they call them. Value posts were all the thing back in the day. Let's post some garbage on LinkedIn and people will think I'm an expert and then they'll hire me. It used to work. I mean, people were naive, right? But the internet was fairly new even up to a year and a half or so ago. Well, it doesn't work so much anymore. And now that value posts are being written by AI, even worse. So we have to change it. We have to stop sounding like a robot. When I say robot, I'm not talking AI. I'm just talking about an old mentality you may have in your mindset. So if you're looking for a prospect, if you're an employer looking to hire somebody, if you're looking for a job, if you're a school teacher trying to get the attention of your kids, if you're a mom and dad trying to get the attention of your kids, you got to change your way of thinking. And the reason is because everything around you is changing. People are fundamentally communicating differently now, and it's difficult to do. You got to get their attention. People are siloed off. They're shutting down social media. They're turning off their feeds. They just want to be left alone. At the same time, they do want to communicate. In fact, the connection is what everybody's missing. And people are so getting together in small groups. People are about experiences these days. We talked about that yesterday. I was at a church small group meeting last night. Really enjoyed being there. An apologetics group. It was fun because if they thought they were going to invite me into an apologetics group where you defend your faith and I wasn't going to get in there and have a good debate, boy, they invited the wrong guy. I had a great time. But more importantly, I had a great time with these 12 people in this room. It's a real good, just nice conversation. That's what people want these days. So the same thing goes out from if you're running a business or trying to get an employee. So listen closely because I'm going to give you state-of-the-art stuff. I can only go so far on this because I mean, there's stuff on the internet. You can learn this, but I've studied this for so many years. And I will also go so far as to say for the past about 9 months, I saw this coming and I take care of a bunch of clients and I got to keep them making money. So I saw it coming. I took a deep dive. I researched and we nailed it. So you're going to get kind of the top level of me nailing it today and you can figure it out from there. Okay. Number one, in the economy we live in today, in the society we live in today, if you're trying to get anybody else's attention, you need to get it fast. You need to find a way. Now, what I mean by that is when you first get this glimmer, when you first reach out. So say you're trying to get a lead for your coaching business. Okay. The very minute that they pass you, they see you on a LinkedIn feed, an email, something like that. The very second it happens, they need to go, oh, this is for me. Just like that. If you don't get them that fast, they are going someplace else. That's all I got to do. Now, how do we do that? Well, in the stages of sophistication, we understand that when somebody has a problem, they kind of start with not even being aware that anything is even going on. They're just ignorant to everything around the world. And you've been this way before, well before your car broke, well before it started making those little sounds, you were blissfully unaware anything was going on. As we go through the stages of sophistication or the awareness levels, at some point you become aware, uh-oh, I've got a problem. My wife right now understands she has a charging problem with her battery. It's taken her a long time to get there. She knows she has a problem, and now we're seeking a solution. So she has exhausted me as a solution because I can only go so far. I'm not a mechanic. And I finally got to the point I said, okay, great. I kind of know what the problem is. We need to go someplace else to get the solution. That's what we're looking. So now we're looking for the solution. The question is who can fix it? That's your perfect customer. That's your perfect prospect. That's your perfect student. That's your perfect child. If your child has got a problem and needs a solution, you don't need to talk about the problem anymore. You just need to give them the solution. Give them the understanding you know how to fix it. They're seeking a fix right from the start. So that's number one. As soon as you get somebody's attention, don't worry about their problem. Don't talk about their feelings. Don't worry about that stuff. I know we like to. Just go to the solution. Now, how do we do that?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Hi, this is Zoe Deutsch.
And Nick Robinson. Our brand new movie, Voicemails for Isabel, is all about those little moments that feel like the universe is looking out.
Feeling homesick, then your sister calls.
Hearing that perfect song exactly when you need it. Sometimes life rigs things in our favor, like learning about your new favorite rom-com, Voicemails for Isabel. Now playing only on Netflix.
We demonstrate your expertise immediately. Stay in the business realm now. Make it easier to understand, okay? You cannot tell people you just understand. I have a lot of life coaches who come to me for advice. I've done this a long time. I am not a life coach. I'm not certified in that at all. I don't call myself one, more of a consultant than anything. An observation guy. I give you a lot of opinions, stuff like that. You know what I do, right? But I have a lot of life coaching skills, but that's not who I am. Most life coaches are extremely touchy-feely. If you listen to me long enough, you know that I'm very touchy-feely, very woman-friendly, very dramatic, and then I'm a badass too. That automatically disqualifies me from any life coaching certification. You're not allowed to be a badass and a life coach, evidently. All right, so here's the thing. Once you know somebody is seeking a solution, then you have to demonstrate that you actually can fix it. You have to prove it. You can't just say, yes, I can do that. Here's my testimonials. Here's people that helps. Yes. You literally have to show them that you've solved it before. Those are like testimonial stuff, right? But you have to literally do a demonstration that says, this is how I would fix it. You don't have to fix it for them, no. But you can't just write a little article on LinkedIn that they read and go, whatever. Because here's what they're doing. They're going to scroll past your article and keep on going and going and going and going and going until they find the person who tells them how to fix it. Done. But Scott, I don't want to tell them how to fix it because that's giving away my stuff. How am I going to charge for it? Let me ask you a question. If you don't tell somebody how good you are and how different you are and how you can help them from the start for free, do you think they're going to give you any money? No. I tell you, this is raw truth right now. Find the person who is looking for a solution. Secondly, show them that you can solve it. Just tell them how to do it. This is what you need to do. That's it. I do it all the time. This show is made up of that. If you listen to the show long enough, Mike, by the way, who sent me that note about being his white dad, he's never been in my program. I've never coached. I don't know who the guy is. He's listened to this show endlessly. It got him a 6-figure job. Toss the show out if you want to. I could give a crap. I don't care. What I know is this. If you show up and you listen, you're going to get some good stuff. If you apply it, your life will change. That's it. Oh, am I fired up today or what? I was told I was fired up last week. I guess I'm still finding my voice. I mean, the show is only 20 years old. I haven't quite found my voice yet. I used to be a lot kinder, nicer, and gentler. I still really am. But the reality is it doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work. We need to be kind, nice, respectful, real, man. Got to get down to the real. Okay, so what were we talking about? There's some Zoomie out there right now, like 23 years old. My daddy don't talk like that. I wish my dad would talk like that because I could learn. Yeah, me too. I wish my dad would talk like this. Can I be your dad? I don't care how old you are. You could be 70 years old. I'll be your dad, okay? There you go. Just call me daddy. Sorry, that podcast name is taken. Kind of a gross show, though. Anyway, get their attention fast. Find the people who are looking for your solution. Have I built that? Have I drilled that in yet? Don't talk touchy feelings. Don't try to get inside and see how they're doing and work it out. Don't try to figure what their problem is. No. Find the people who know what it is and go, man, I got to fix this now. My air conditioner is broke. It's 95 degrees. Can you fix it now? Number 2, demonstrate your expertise. If you can't prove to them you can fix it, you are nothing. Prove it instantly you can do it. You don't have to go deep, but you do have to go a little bit and show how useful you can be. Number 3, how do you do that? Well, you call out a specific element, and that's where you teach it. So a lot of people say to me, Scott, listen, I don't want to give this away because if I give it away, then, are they really going to hire me? The fact is, most won't. That's okay. Doesn't matter. You come to me, I can tell you, we're having a toilet delivered today. Did I have to tell you that on the podcast? Am I going to install a toilet? No. No. What's my biggest problem right now? I know I got a toilet that's going to arrive today. Biggest problem is who's going to put it in? And I've already decided it's not me. So what has to happen? If a dude banged on my front door this morning and say, hey, dude, I saw you had a toilet dropped off in front of your garage here. Can I install it for you? Job done. I'm telling you. It's pretty basic, isn't it? That's the world we're in right now. It's very connective. It's very organic. And that's what we're doing right now. So let me talk about that. A, we get their attention first, right? Solution oriented. B, we demonstrate our expertise so we can actually do this. I'm thinking about this guy at my front door explaining to me that he knows how to install toilets. How would he demonstrate that to me? That's an interesting thought. Thirdly, call out a specific element and give the framework. That's it. So you choose a piece of the problem. So maybe he says, okay, can't really show you how I'm going to install the toilet, but let me show you this. And out of his pocket, he pulls out a wax ring. And he goes, you probably got a, what is it, a 12-inch or 10-inch? Oh, it's a 10. Okay, with a 10-inch, and we should pull this up, replace this wax ring. I'm thinking, well, why do we replace the wax ring? And he'll say, well, because we're taking it out, the seal's going to be broken, and it's been there like 13, 14 years. We probably should replace it anyway. But most importantly, so you don't get a leak in the future. And I'm thinking, all that garbage, that sewer in my bathroom, put the wax ring in. This guy's got the job. Boom. He just simply told me how he's going to fix the problem for me. Hired. Yeah. Don't have to go much further than that, do you? You've been there before. You've been in a situation where maybe you wanted to buy something, you had to get a problem fixed, and you're kind of listening. I was on a sales call yesterday, and I know when I'm on a sales call, I know what I'm doing. They're not scripted. I actually coach people when I'm on a sales call. I don't, yes, I'm trying to sell them. I need to close the deal. That's why I do the sales call. But when I'm on the call, I know something. Just like when I'm doing the podcast, by the way. There are certain words I will drop into the podcast or on a sales call that I know when they resonate. And if you're on a sales call with me and you're on the other side and you're on Zoom and I can see you, I know when it resonated. I know because there's two things that happen. First off, you're trying to keep a poker face and not show me that you just got really excited about what I'm saying. I can see your poker face, so y'all probably will be on the phone with me instead. And secondly, while you have the poker face on, you're trying to take notes and not let me know you're taking notes. But you know you got to hire me now. So I told my client, I said, you are not the problem, man. You are not. If you're struggling with anything right now in terms of people, if you don't have enough leads, if you don't have customers, if you don't have, if your students aren't paying attention, if your kids are like going crazy, the whole thing, I'm telling you, it's a connection issue and they are seeking a solution to something and you are the solution potentially. But you're not the problem. The current state of communication in our world right now is the problem. And because people are closing the doors and shutting everybody else out, they're still listening, though. They're still out there because people need help. I'm going to stop right there because I think I can go on with this no, I'm done, actually. I kind of figured that's why I stopped. I was done. Crazy stuff. I hope this helped today. Right off the burner from the last 24 hours of an actual helping somebody else, and I wrote this morning for you. I hope it helps, and I hope you had a little fun along the way as well, all right? Let me get out of here. Hey, Scott Smith is where you can find me on Instagram. Or you can send an email if you want to, scott@motivationtomove.com. I will answer that email directly. Just send it, and I'll get right back to you. See you tomorrow.